And next up we have, oh great, I was reincarnated as a farmer, a LitRPG adventure, Unorthodox Farming, book number 1, written by Benjamin Carey. It is 660 pages, $5.99. It's available on Kindle Unlimited, and here's the author's description. What do you have when you blend a pinch of LitRPG, a touch of farming simulator, and a sprig of epic fantasy, and a whole cup of Isekai, which I'm probably saying wrong, and a dash of Home Alone? Isekai. I don't know. You have Arnold's life. Accidentally murdered by a cleric in another universe during a botched resurrection, Arnold, a semi-programmer, wakes up upon an altar to find himself incarnated into the overweight body of a farmer who could have been his fatter twin. He's not the hero. He's not the villain. He's certainly not the chosen one who is there to save the world. He's a clerical error. It could have been a bad joke, but apparently it happens so often that they have a standard procedure for returning you. That standard procedure does not apply to Arnold. Now stuck on a new Earth in a new universe with no way home, Arnold must use his gaming skills to figure out how to level his farmer class to 100 and gain a second class which doesn't make him want to beat his head against the wall. There's just one small problem. Farmers don't gain experience from killing monsters, like at all. Follow Arnold on his hilarious journey as he stubbornly comes to grips with his new reality and tries to change his destiny from that of your typical farmer. Okay, good description. This is essentially a great reincarnated to the RPG fantasy world story where the main character has the farmer class foisted upon him. His goal to reach 100 levels in the class so he can take a second class that feeds what he thinks a reincarnate should be. This system is stacked against him, and he has to figure out every exploit to gain the XP he needs to, which spirals into some truly fun and funky adventure with the emphasis on a kind of trap farmer dungeon being used to lure in increasingly powerful monsters. Beyond the action, there's good character development, town building, and lots of RPG exploitation, and some good world building mid-story that develops some serious villains. This sense of humor, if it lands for you, and it absolutely did for me, I thought this was a very funny story, will have you chuckling throughout. I give it a score of 8 out of 10. That's a great review score for me. That means it just wasn't good. It had something special, and I think it does. I think the part I like the most about it really is kind of this exploitation story where the main character is just going out of his way to figure out any way he can kind of exploit the farmer system, which is again intentionally stacked to be super hard to level and to never reach 100, which is when he gets his second class apparently, or second class choice he can make. And I really like seeing how that expands and develops into this again kind of monster dungeon trap dungeon thing where he's drawing on the monsters and killing that way, and some other like really interesting things with the role playing. So overall, I think it's a great story. Go check it out. Oh great, I was reincarnated as a farmer, a LitRPG adventure, Unorthodox Farming, book number 1 with a score of 8 out of 10.